Hey everyone! I'm so excited today to give you a tour of our green room here at Kings Park International Church. This has been my project for about the last 4 months, and I'm excited today to bring you into the before and after transformation of this room. So here you can see how it looked at the very beginning. It's amazing how empty and dull and scattered and really just kind of an open cavernous room it was. So I thought, I bet that I could do a few small things for big impact. So now today, let me show you how I did it. So here is the rug that actually became the inspiration for the entire color scheme and style of the room. We've had this rug in our own living room at home for the last 8 years, and I was a little bit tired of it. It's beautiful, but I just wanted something new at home, so I thought, well, why don't I bring it in and repurpose it? If you've seen my videos, you know I'm big on repurposing things. So the rug became the inspiration, both in style and in colors. I loved the one color in the rug, this sort of greenish blue color. And so what I decided to do, if you look over here, is this is the wall color that we started with. So I asked our great friend Mike McFadden, who runs the building at the church, to start by painting the entire room this beautiful sort of green color. The permanent carpet in here also matches that, so it goes very well. It's kind of a nice, elegant backdrop. It looks sophisticated, but it's sort of the basis then for going with other colors. Then what I always like to do is start with what your central seating goals are. And in this case, we needed seating on a couch or some sort of general seating area. So come over here and I'll show you. This is probably my most proud and excited piece of furniture, the one I'm most excited about. This couch is an antique couch that was given to Ron and I from my mother-in-law, Jeannie. And she had this, it was from her mother's home years ago. So Ron has had it in his family for years, but it needed to be recovered. And so once I knew the rug and I kind of had an idea on the rug, on the paint, I took pictures of this couch into this store that I love in downtown Raleigh and asked for their advice. I also went into a fabric store and found this fabric that I absolutely loved. I like a pattern. I wanted something that would hold up obviously to a lot of people sitting on it, and this pattern just seemed to be the perfect pattern. So I took it in, they reupholstered it, and I think it turned out absolutely stunning. Everybody's happy with it. We put a new cushion in the seat, and so now something old becomes new again, kind of young and hip and more current in its fabric. Then from there, we went with pillows. Pillows make a couch, and I like to go eclectic. You can see that I added the animal print. Every room needs some good animal print in it. And then I found this vinyl pillow. This is the last piece I put in this room, and that was to bring in and tie in some of the blue from other spots in the room, which you'll see in a second. I got this pillow at Home Goods for very inexpensive, and to me it kind of pulled it all in together. Over here is a chair that I've had in my own home. Works great. I like how the lines on the chair go with the lines on the back of the couch, and it creates some sense of symmetry. The taupe fabric is always great, and it matches very well. Then the next part of the investment was really a couple pieces of great furniture that can begin to anchor the room, and this piece became my first purchase. I found this at a consignment store in downtown Raleigh, and they were willing to give it to me at a really steal of a deal. They had it for a while. I had my eye on it. What I loved is the glossy finish and the brass hardware. Very unusual, very hard to find, and quite lovely. Then we just filled it. I found some blue pottery, and they sort of have the Asian feel. Some of these smaller dishes are from Japan, and we loaded it with a few of my books that add the same red color, and to me, this is just the perfect anchoring piece for the room. If you have a high piece and you have high walls, you always want to put something on the top. You want to keep the eye going upward and not just being cut off with the top of the furniture. So I found a couple of those pieces as well, including the red vase from Home Goods. Then the next piece of furniture that anchors the room, which I love this piece of furniture, is this other piece I found at the same consignment store. It has kind of the Hollywood glamour look to it, the funky legs, and it has the brass hardware, which pulls the brass hardware in there. It's kind of a blonde color, which is typical of mid-century, and the granite countertop I knew would work well for a serving buffet. So now we made this our coffee center. We have the drawers filled with all kinds of little coffee cups, and it serves as a perfect table for when we serve a buffet in here for guests. We needed a mirror. I'm big on mirrors. If you've ever been to my home or you see my spaces, I've always got a lot of mirrors. I think mirrors bring great depth to the room, and this room has felt very claustrophobic, so we needed to open it up. This mirror I found one day at Home Goods. Very unusual they would have this kind of a mirror. Very Venetian mirror style, reasonably priced. I saw it sitting there and I knew it was the perfect mirror. I like the round lines that marry to the round lines on the furniture below. So it was the perfect place here to extend the walls and open it up. I had this lamp in my home, and again it worked great. The wall colors matched perfectly, and it made me feel great that I could use an older lamp in a new space. After we finished with the anchor pieces of the room, we were now ready to think about accessorizing other walls. So I went to this small little wall walking out the door, knowing that people sometimes want to touch up their makeup or do a last minute check before they walk out for the service. And so again found this mirror. This one was actually $25 at Home Goods. It was slightly cracked on the edges here, but no one except I will ever notice it, and it was a perfect size and a great price. The little chest was from Home Goods, brings in a little bit of that mirror Hollywood glamour. Again, it opens it up. The lamp is from Steinmart, pulling in a bit of the animal print from some of the other flavors around the room. And then I loved this Asian bowl, which pulls in the colors, all the red and the turquoise and the Asian flavor. Everyone that's come in here so far said, I love how eclectic it is. Our church is very eclectic, and I wanted this room to reflect that mix of ethnicities and flavors and styles. There has to be common elements of color and a flavor to it, which you get from mixing it correctly, and you get that over time and over practice. I get a lot of my ideas from magazines. I look at how they mix things. But there is a sense that it was collected versus we went to a store and bought the whole set, which is never good. Then we went to lighting. I found these lamps. I liked how the black gourd lamp marries to the shine of the black piece on the other wall. And we do need lighting. I've got the overhead lights on right now for the video, but normally when people walk in, all they're going to have is the ambient lighting, and that's very, very important. I want to mention my coffee table here. I love this coffee table. It's very fun. It's very mid-century modern. It's a brass top with a sort of a spider base. I'm still planning to paint the base shiny black. Haven't got around to that yet, but this becomes kind of a round centerpiece to everything else around it that feels square. And I like the shape that goes with the rest of the room, and also, of course, the purpose of having something here to set drinks and put to serve some food if we need to. The final corner is over here on the wall. I love modern contemporary. You always need to inject that in your spaces in some fashion. And I knew we'd want to be pulling chairs in for conversation. You also always have to think about function even more than form, because why are we going to use this room and what are we going to need? So these chairs became a perfect solution. They're called Louis Ghost chairs. They are very popular, and they're plexiglass really. So they're easy to move, they're very mobile, you can slide them over whenever you need to. They're tough, they won't get hurt. And then I put the two lambskin pillows that I got at Pier 1 Imports on the chair to soften them up a little bit. The table again is from Home Goods. The brass brings out the brass in other places in the room. I love these two little paintings. Let's talk about art for a minute. I found these at Home Goods. They represent to me our African Children's Choir, which we host here at Kings Park. And we love children, and when I saw these, it just totally reminded me of Kings Park. So those paintings were the perfect little extra spot for this side of the room. Then finally, our pièce de résistance painting, which our resident artist, Alita Diver, did for this room, is this painting here on the wall. It's called The Depths of Grace. And what I love about it is that if you look here and you begin to see below this sort of horizon line, all of this below here she does out of recycled materials. And she was explaining to me, and actually I'll post a video with her talking about this painting, but it's absolutely beautiful in color, style, meaning, and it's the perfect last spot that we needed to fill. And so I'll post a blog with Alita talking more about her painting. So there you have it. That's our green room. I couldn't be more thrilled. Most importantly, people love it. They want to be in here, and that's what this room was all about. So I hope you'll take some of these ideas and apply them to your own decorating as well.
Now, I will say that this couch, I'm glad it was refurbished because it has beautiful lines. And I want to keep it in shape. Run that back. Run that back.
Take two.
Cut. Okay.
I'm glad that they refurbished the couch because it has beautiful lines, and it really meshes well with the animal print. And if you want to take in the Miss Lynette Lewis's phone cover also matches, as well as an accessory.
Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Yes.
2 thumbs up, baby.
Yeah.
Got warm pillows here just in case you
Warm
get cold,
pillows.
you know.
Mhm.
It's quality.
It is.
It's very, very firm.
It looks like Albert Einstein.